Hi, it's Friday. It's time for massage reunion. Um, Today we're going to work on our Pec Minor, and then we're going to do some lying down opening things, for which you'll need to have a foam roller or some rolled up towels, um, and a tiny stool, which you likely have, and like everyone has. Get your tiny stool, um, or like a stack of books or yoga blocks if you have yoga blocks. Um, and are going to work. So your pec minor is this muscle here. It attaches your third, fourth, and fifth ribs to the coracoid process of your sternum, of your clavicle, of your scapula. So many words. So it starts down here at your ribs and then comes up. It's underneath your pec major, and comes up and around and actually attaches to your coracoid process of your scapula as this sort of little bony protrusion here at the end of your scapula. So your scapula is your shoulder blade. So its action, pec minor's action, is to pull your shoulders forward and down. This is what it does when it contracts. And this is what we do, like this is a posture we fall into a lot of the time in modern life. This sort of closed in the front posture. The other thing that it does, if your shoulders are anchored in place, when it contracts, is lifts your ribs for deep inhalation. So when your shoulders are held in place, that muscle contracting pulls these ribs up and open and lets, air flood your lungs. And I feel like one of the things about this virus is that I think it's made me, and I think maybe us in general, so much more, or I'll just say it's made me so much more grateful for inhalation. Like, so much more grateful for being able to breathe. It's a thing we take for granted, or I take for granted in my regular life. Like, I can breathe, but it's fundamental. It's very important, and so I think it feels like I want to spend a little time working on this muscle because it feels like those of us who are healthy, let's get rid of the limitations to our ability to deeply inhale that we can get rid of. Let's try to sort of honor the fact that we're well and we can breathe, by really like diving into it. Like, if I can breathe, I want to breathe. So I'm not going to let a little thing like a tight pec minor keep me from, right? Don't let your pec minor stand between you and a full lungs of air. I mean, it's not like let's not villainize it. It's a good muscle. It's just life makes it short, and I think that it's time to help it become long. So, to begin, you're going to reach into your armpit. Maybe you weren't expecting to, but just do it. You can, don't worry. Reach into your armpit. Armpits are delightful. So underneath this big thing, when you reach into your armpit, you can feel this big whatever, like shelf of muscle. That's your pec major. So with your fingertips underneath it, if you just like scoop it up like that, and your thumb on top, you're gonna feel like as deep as you can. If you kind of start right at your ribs and you squeeze and then you open and you pull out to the side, you can feel deep to it, like a thinner band of muscle running up toward your shoulder, and there it is. That's pec minor. Huh. That's your introduction to your pec minor. You guys are maybe meeting each other for the first time. So can you even see on the thing I don't know if you can see how my thumb flips over it. So we're gonna just hold it. We're gonna find it, hold it, go into this crunch, and then slowly, keeping even pressure, open up our shoulder and let your hand move with it as you open it, as it opens, but just kind of hold your thumb in place. And you're going to do external rotation, so your arm will kind of come around like this. So your arm comes around to the side. And then finish with a deep inhale. And then exhale back to the original, that sort of hunchy position, and find another spot. And then same thing. Then exhale back, and then find another spot. Just like that. And you can find a bunch of spots, and then same thing on the other side. Deep, deep, deep. Find the little spot where it jumps over, and then hold it, and then so you can do this for a while. And partly you can just be sort of like getting into it, like, oh my god, I can breathe. Carry on in this way, you know, in the privacy of your own home for as long as you want. I encourage you to do it. You know, everything has a limit, but for a while. Okay, and now we're going to shift positions. So there's going to be camera work here, and you know, I'm an amateur, but here we go. Okay. Okay, so now foam roller, stool, they're set up. Can you hear me? So now you're going to set your foam roller and your stool up so they're in a line. So I'm gonna lie on my back with this under my spine and my head on this. That make sense? So find the spot where the foam roller is just right underneath your shoulder blades, and your head is resting on, you know, high enough that you're not craning your neck. You want your neck to have a nice curve. I can't see what's happening. Can you see me? I think that's okay. And now in this position, we're going to engage the back muscles, because in order for these muscles to be able to be long, we both need them to not be, you know, contracted, so that doing the massage work to release the tight spots, and we need our back to be strong. So in this position, we can work the strength to strengthen our back muscles with these muscles without these front muscles engaging at all. So here's how we're going to do it. Foam roller just under your shoulder blades, some kind of bolster under your head. Gently push the back of your head. You want your neck to have a little curve. Gently push the back of your head into this, whatever this is, into your tiny bench. Arms up overhead, straight up like zombie arms, but not like zombie arms with your thumbs facing each other, like zombie arms with your thumbs facing, you know, like toward your forehead or like towards the top of your head. Okay, so first push your arms up to the sky, and then draw your shoulder blades down to the ground. So this is engagement of that back body. Shoulder blades pulled back toward the ground. So here, your front body doesn't have to do anything. You can just really actively engage this back body and feel what it feels like to get those muscles strong and tight. And then relax. And then again. And you could do that like 3 or 4 times. Just feel how it feels to, and you try to not let your ribs pop up too far. Like try to keep that whole thing sort of solid and engaged. And then relax. And then after you've done that a few times, the next thing we're going to do is draw back, and then slowly start to raise your arms up toward your head and then come back. So you're just kind of getting a little bit of movement through here. Do that a few times. So you're just kind of exploring, can I keep those muscles engaged even as I move my arms in different ways? Weird view. And then we'll end. I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I can. With just some passive opening. passively opening the front of your body. Okay. And again, you can do that for a long time. When you're coming up, support yourself. Like here, I'm supporting myself with my elbows and tucking up my head and then kind of pushing myself up. Just like that. This is a tricky one to film because it's an action. This is an action movie. Normally, I don't do action. Maybe that's not the genre I specialize in. Okay, I'm going to hold my computer so that I can let my shoulders be back. You have a super weird view of me. Was that helpful? For me, it was helpful. I can breathe a little more easily. Thank you for joining me. How are you? How are things? How are you feeling? How is breathing? Are you remembering to breathe? I miss you. I hope you're well. Take good care.